Paul Adrian, and I would like to introduce you to our newest flight app at latakoo, which is version 6.4.5. If you don't have this on your machine yet, my recommendation is to go to the latakoo.com website, download it, and install it today, and I'll tell you why. The number one reason I want you to install this app right now, while we're talking, is speed. I'm going to upload this, no compression, go. Now, while this is uploading, we're going to talk about speed. Back in the old days, back in any app previous to this one, what we did is we did a whole bunch of things behind the scenes to get it to the cloud as fast as possible, but we only sent one flow of data from the ground to our upload infrastructure. With this application, we are using multi-flow technology, and what this means is that instead of sending one flow up to the servers in the sky, we send up to 16 flows simultaneously. Now, the way we decide whether or not to send one flow or two flows or 16 flows is based on your bandwidth, the throughput from the ground to the cloud. And as you know, every time before you send a file, we're checking using two different transfer protocols to see what is the speed from where you're at to our servers. TCP and UDP, we're automatically selecting the one that's going to get the file to the cloud the quickest. But now we're using this throughput basically to decide how many flows can we send simultaneously. And what we have found is that sending more flows means quicker transfers, up to 4 or 5 times faster than the previous application. So faster from the ground to the cloud, also faster from the cloud to the ground. We are also employing multi-flow technology to download files from latakoo to this application. So if I go to the website and pick a file like this one and download it, historically the way we did it is you'd hit this download button, and if you wanted one of these codecs and wrappers that are used by professionals, you could pick one, and what it would do is it would download that to the app and transcode it in the app once it got there. But if you were going to download what we call the default file, which is this one, that was downloaded through the internet browser that you're using. Chrome, Firefox, Safari. We downloaded the default file through the browser and all the transcoded files through the application. That usually worked, but not always. Now, where it didn't work is where we had a file that was really, really large. This one's a couple of hundred megabytes, but if I go down here a ways, I can probably find one that's a gigabyte like this one. And the deal with a gigabyte file is browsers often choke on downloads of a few hundred megabytes, depending on, again, that internet bandwidth. But with this one, you can download the default file. Well, you can still do it through the web if you want, but if you want more confidence that it will get down to the ground and get down there quickly, I would recommend using this option, which is through the app. And so now, files that you are not going to transcode, you can download directly to the flight application. This will give you the fastest download possible. It is also much more robust, much more resilient than downloading would ever be through an internet browser. So any file in the latakoo system, any file can now be downloaded directly from the cloud to the flight app, even if you're not going to transcode it. So those are the two big updates: faster uploads, faster downloads. That is a reason to get this application. But in addition to that, we have a lot of fixes, we have a lot of feature upgrades that were requested by customers. I'll tell you a couple of them. One of them is we now carry up to 16 tracks of audio with a file. Previously, we carried up to 8 tracks. One of our customers said, you know what? We do 16 tracks. Can you carry 16 tracks? This application can do that from end to end. Another customer said to us, is it possible to create a compression setting that is a fixed bit rate? In other words, no matter what you put in it, bigger or smaller, can you create a fixed bit rate? This was a requirement of their CDN to have a fixed bit rate transferred to them. So we said, sure. And so we created the option to create a fixed bit rate. Of course, this is a very special request, but if you need it, just call us and ask us to add it to your collection of qualities. These qualities, as always, are completely customizable on a customer by customer basis. So the people who are uploading video to you will see the qualities you want them to see. That's always been the case with latakoo. But now you can say, look, I want a fixed, in this case 3 megabit, but it could be a 15 megabit, could be a 20 megabit, whatever is required by your system. We can create a fixed bit rate if you want it. A lot of other upgrades, a lot of other fixes added to this based on feedback we have from our wonderful customers. All in all, a much better app than the one before it, and most importantly for most of our customers, it's faster on the upload, faster on the download. So again, if you haven't updated your app yet, I would recommend that you go to the website today, version 6.4.5, download it, install it, and you're going to get faster transfers. Thank you very much.